Greetings, royal family. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for clicking on the video. All right, so picking up where I left off with the Shahs. All right, this is going to be episode 12 and episode 13, which is the season finale. So the Shahs, they're still in the woods, right? And they decide to basically have some fun. If you recall, Gigi decided to gather up the gang and take them into West Bubble, bleep, to have some fun, a healing trip of sorts, right? The one group went wine tasting, okay? And the other group went zip lining. I do like the fact that they were split up because a lot of them are not getting along and there is some tension. So Reza, he takes this time to apologize for blowing up at London. Full of excuses in my opinion, but he apologized. So I guess it is what it is. So the wine tasting group consisted of Reza, London, Destiny, of course, Gigi, and I think that's it. If I'm missing somebody, then, it is what it is. Second group, they go ziplining. Mike, Layla, who is Gigi's sister, MJ, and what's his name? Nima. So Mike is actually scared. I am surprised. MJ is scared, and Mike, who's also scared, decides to encourage MJ. You can do this. You can do this. So they both did it, yada, yada. I'm actually shocked that Mike was scared. He seems like the type of guy who does this type of stuff, right? Real athletic, outgoing. I don't know. Anyway, so back to Reza and them at the vineyard. So Reza, he's, of course, totally obsessed with Paulina and Mike, right? We don't really know what went on with him this season. Yeah, he's writing a book, and I think he did have a storyline. So he had to with the Shams thing, but I don't know. He's always obsessed with what Mike is doing. So Destiny, she can't understand why Paulina hasn't contacted her. And it's just like, Destiny, you can't be this slow, sis. Do you guys think that Destiny is attracted to either Mike or Paulina? Because I don't this is not a typical I'm just looking out for a friend. You don't even really know Paulina like that. You have a crush on Mike, you hate Mike. What is it? Anyway, Reza, he's drunk and he's calling Paulina's name. He's trying to be funny because Paulina is not on the trip with the crew, right? And, Reza's whole deal is Mike controls Paulina, and the reason why Paulina is not on the trip is because of Mike. I feel like Paulina is in the same place that Adam is, Reza. Why isn't Adam on this trip? Why wasn't Adam on the last trip or the trip before that? You do a good job of keeping Adam home and in his quote-unquote place. So why are you worried about what Mike is doing with Paulina? Also, Paulina's a mother. She has children. So I'm sure she's exactly where she should be, minding her children, right? I don't know. I just don't get why, it's a big deal for Mike not wanting Reza specifically. Not even Reza. Reza and some of the other Shahs in his business. I don't know. Reza, you coming across as real miserable, and you always need company. You need a lackey. You need somebody to control. That's where Destiny comes in. It was MJ, but MJ got a man and a child now. Anyway, back at the house, everyone is in their Wild Wild West attire and in character. So, Gigi is keeping up this theme of playing a role, and you have to maintain that particular role for the rest of the night. Cheesy, but it's something to do. Destiny, she gets a text message from Paulina who wants to talk. Now, Destiny has not seen or heard from Paulina since the Halloween party when her and Mike got into it, and Mike and Paulina left the house and it was all hell broke loose. So Destiny calls Paulina, and Paulina tells Destiny that Mike told her not to respond to or communicate with any of them. Yet here she is sending a text and now on the phone with Paulina. I've been saying that Paulina is phony as hell, and she is also annoying, right? At the Friendsgiving via telephone, Paulina said that she was annoyed with the group, right? To me, all she does is lie. Destiny is stupid because I wouldn't be sneaking and talking to her at all. You throw me under the bus, or you betray me, or you play me to the left. But then again, I wouldn't be all up in Mike's business like Destiny was. But let's say I was foolish enough to do so. You wouldn't have felt comfortable. No, wouldn't be no secret text. She made Destiny look stupid. Destiny helped her, but Paulina chose her man. And that's what Destiny doesn't understand. She's going to choose Mike. So I don't know. This is weird. And Paulina, you are a author of chaos and confusion because you will tell the group, whoever's willing to listen, Destiny, one thing, and turn around and tell Mike or say something different in front of Mike. She's really annoying, and I can't wait till they chew her behind out at this reunion. I would leave them alone, and I would stay out of their business if I were Destiny. But for some reason, Destiny feels like she's obligated to be in Mike and Paulina's business. Anyway, Paulina goes on to tell Destiny that she has reached her breaking point, and she's basically tired. Like, history is like basically repeating itself. I think is that what she said? Yes. History is repeating itself. Remember with his wife, with Mike's wife, what's her name? I can't remember. Jessica. Girl, Paulina, do you want to be famous? You want to be a cast member on the Shahs? Because nothing that she's doing is making any sense to me. So Paulina starts telling all her and Mike's business again. Mike is basically talking to other girls. Point blank, period. Paulina then tells Destiny that she wants her to confront Mike with this information. She knows that Destiny is stupid enough to do this. You're not going to come to me, cause chaos in my friend group, throw me under the bus, then tell me, yes, I want you to go to the group with this information. I just smell Reza behind this. Is it just me? Paulina is full of it. She is so full of it. And I just feel like she's using Destiny to embarrass Mike because she's scorned. She's a scorned woman. So instead of leaving, no, let me get back at him. Let me cause some more disruption within the group. You know, she knows Destiny is not feeling Mike right now, right? And I just feel like, Paulina, you're very vindictive. Leave the relationship if you ain't down for that man cheating on you, okay? If it bothers you, if you can't deal with it, if it's a deal breaker, leave. Why do you feel the need to call his friend group? And why do you want Destiny to confront Mike about this? You really hate this man, don't you? And I feel like Mike, I've said it before, Mike needs to live in his truth. And he needs to get rid of Paulina. He doesn't want to be in a relationship, but you're scared of disappointing your mama. And you're worried about what Reza will think of you, or what Reza will say, or what people will think of you. You're a 40-something-year-old man with no wife and kid. Live in your truth, Michael, because you're like a bull in a china shop. You're destroying everything in your path. And for what? Anyway, MJ and Reza, she tells him that Tommy is not budging. And I don't feel sorry for Reza. Reza pushes and pushes, and he doesn't stop. He took it too far, in my opinion, and he's now getting reprimanded for his disgusting behavior. That's the way the cookie crumbles, okay? I don't think that Reza should get any preferential treatment whatsoever. He made a choice, and I don't know if I believe that he really wants a relationship with Shams, or is this more about his need to control things? You know, I've said this many times regarding Reza. Reza's a bully, and I will continue to say, you know, let's not forget that this is all Adam's fault. I think I've been saying this since last season in my reviews, right? As far as Reza is concerned, he wants MJ and Tommy to I feel that he really wants MJ and Tommy to have like contention within their marriage, right? He caught MJ, remember, while she was in the hospital after giving birth, and headed into emergency surgery to cuss her out about something that his man did. Adam did this. No compassion. I feel like he pissed away that friendship, you know? Then he went on IG and told all of MJ's medical business. I'm going to keep saying that over and over again because I don't know, like, how do you come back from that? You know, everybody is saying, like, you know, Reza and MJ have been friends for 30-something years. Right. Exactly. They've been friends for 30-something years. Where was that information when he decided to be malicious and vindictive? Right? That was episode 12. So now we're moving on to the season finale, episode 13. So they are still in the woods, and they're getting served dinner. there's a chef there in the house or what have you, and the dinner is infused with THC, and Gigi has everyone, dressed up as their spirit animals. This was hilarious. Now, at this point, I'm over Gigi and all her psychedelic shit. Like, seriously, girl, if you wanted to just go out to the woods to have THC food and, get high, you could have just said that, sis. So while Mike is reading the meaning of his spirit animal, which was a bat, Reza starts laughing. So they're all sitting around eating. Reza is so immature. Him and Mike, they're both immature. Then Destiny starts spilling the beans. She says that Paulina is not there for a reason. Destiny, here you go again, being mad annoying. You and Paulina, y'all need to be together because you're both annoying. Anyway, Mike, he then opens up to MJ saying that he likes the attention that he gets from women. They're off into the kitchen and MJ and Mike are having a private conversation. Now, I feel like, again, Mike needs to be honest with himself. I feel Reza just wants to see Mike suffer because he is miserable. So he feels more comfortable talking to MJ, obviously. They've had their tiffs in the past, but it seems as though this season, when MJ is talking to Mike, she's not trying to embarrass him, and she's trying to be compassionate and trying to help him, which is what Mike needs. Yes, he's a grown man, but he's embarrassed. You know what I mean? What do you want the man to say? Like, he just needs to focus on living in his truth. I don't know. But Reza, he's just trying to go for blood, What's really going on with Reza? I'm curious to know. Anyway, like I said, Mike just needs to be honest with himself. He just needs to keep it a buck. Like, who is he afraid of offending? Anyway, Reza, I feel like Reza should know about wanting attention. How many times has he cheated on Adam before and after their marriage, right? I jotted that down, and I wanted to point that out. Reza wasn't faithful to Adam prior to their marriage, okay? And I don't think that he was faithful after his marriage. Allegedly, according to Tommy, Reza was dipping and doing it when they all were in New York, I think last year or the year before that. Now, that's according to Tommy. That's what he said on Watch What Happens Live last year, I think it was. I'm just saying. Reza is a weasel. Anyway, MJ and Reza. So MJ is filling Reza in on the conversation that she had with Mike, and she tells Reza that Mike and Paulina are on a break. Now, in his confessional, Reza says, "Not only does it not give me pleasure to see Mike having bumps in the road, this is the exact same thing I predicted. Translation, in my opinion, ha ha ha, I was right." So again, like I said, Reza doesn't want to see people happy. He really is miserable. He can laugh and joke all he wants, but he is absolutely positively miserable. He's very envious, and he wants to, if you're happy, he wants to be in control and the reason why you're happy. God forbid you're happy for a completely different reason. He's gonna impose on that. Something ain't up, something ain't right with Reza, man. Something's really up, and he's doing a good job hiding it, sorta. He is then asking MJ, can a relationship recover if the man cheats? Now, let's ask Adam, Reza. The day ones know what Reza used to do or what he used to be on, what type of time that he was on before he got married. Reza is not a good actor. So here's my thing, Reza. Why don't you ask Adam if a relationship can recover after the man cheats? And then Reza, you can answer that question too, because I think Adam kind of cheated on you too, playing naked Jenga, sending text messages. We don't know what he did when you were quote unquote away at work. So can it? Anyway, you could tell Reza is like the kind of person that gets excited when he hears like someone is going through it. You know what I mean? He don't really want to hear your problems to help you or to be a listening ear. He's the type that wants to hear about your problems because he's glad that, you're going through something. It takes the heat off of him, and it makes him feel superior. It's weird, but there are people that are really like that. Anyway, Mike, he is talking to the group over breakfast, and he admits that his biggest fear is breaking up with Paulina and being alone. So we're getting somewhere. Mike doesn't want to be alone. Duh. I knew that seasons ago, right? MJ is taking her time with Mike, being that the whole crew is at the table, and Mike expressed how vulnerable he is when it comes to sharing his personal business, rightfully so, because this group, Reza, can be very hard and blame it on, I'm doing it for I know what's best for you. Bull crap. I'm trying not to curse. Bull crap. So Reza, he cuts off MJ at the table and says, MJ, you just told me upstairs that Mike and Paulina are on a break. Now, see, I told you, Reza is miserable. He's a miserable soul. And I don't think that MJ should have said anything to Reza. But again, they're all friends. They've been friends for umpteen years. So it's just like, I don't know if Mike would care that MJ told Reza. He knows that MJ's going to tell Reza. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like she should have just kept that between her and Mike. Because, see, what did I just say? MJ and Mike were having a conversation in the kitchen. So MJ was privy to some information that Reza didn't know at first until MJ told him, right? So now they're talking at the table, and here comes Reza. You just told me, MJ, that Mike and Paulina are on a break. He has to, if it doesn't involve him, he has to, ruin it. Something ain't right with Reza, man. I'm telling you. He'll just try to ruin anything that he's not a part of, or if he feels left out, he'll try to just throw a whole monkey wrench into it. Anyway, Mike, he admits that he has issues, and Destiny, you could tell that she's sitting at the table and she's noticeably trying to keep quiet because remember, Paulina reached out to her and told her what was really going on, and Mike is just trying to keep it under wraps. Anyway, the Shahs, they're back at home. MJ, she wants Tommy to read the letter that Reza wrote. Listen, MJ, you keep it up, your marriage is going to be ruined, okay? The man told you that he is not interested in nothing that Reza has to say. He don't care if you reconcile with Reza. He is not interested. And you keep pushing and pushing because Reza is guilting you into pushing and pushing and pushing to let Tommy allow him to see Shams. No. I feel that when Tommy is ready, if ever, that's the decision between Tommy and MJ. And the deciding factor is Tommy. And Tommy, hold out for as long as you want because I'm on your side with this one. I don't care. He said he doesn't care if Reza keeps the restraining order, extends it, drops it. He doesn't care. That's not going to change a thing. Let it be. You went and got a restraining order on that man, so let it be. You don't need to see his kid. No. I just feel like Reza is not entitled to Shams. I don't care how long that him and MJ have been friends. Reza made a choice, and some shit that you just can't come back from. I'm sorry. Reza, you is too grown. You knew exactly what you were doing. Tommy accepted his reprimand. He had to go to court. I think he had to pay fines or something like that. Some charges were reduced, dropped, but the restraining order is still in place. Tommy said he don't care. Extend the restraining order. Nope, you're not seeing my son. And I feel that Tommy has every single right to not allow his son around Reza. Every single right. And I don't believe that it's out of spite. I don't feel it's out of spite. That man, Tommy, loved Reza. He was so vulnerable to Reza. He vented to Reza when he was scared for MJ's life. He almost lost his wife and his child. And he vented to Reza in confidence. And Reza turns around and basically just shames MJ and Tommy and put that girl medical business all out on Instagram for the world to see. You had to have time to sit there and do that. Nah, I don't fool with you and I don't want my kid around you. I'm Team Tommy on this one. MJ, you better leave Tommy alone with this shit. And stop cleaning up Reza's mess. Support your husband and leave it alone. And I understand they've been friends for a long time. Reza pushes it, and he's always able to come back in MJ's good graces. No, not this time. Let me know what you think, Royal Family. So make sure you stay tuned because I'm gonna do the reunion 1 and 2 in one video. So drop that in the comments and let me know what you think. Do you think that Tommy should allow Reza to see Shams? Do you think that Reza really wants to see Shams because he's caring and he's concerned and that's his nephew? Or do you think it's more so about a control thing with Reza? Let me know what you think. All right, I'm signing off. And as always, until next time, folks, peace.